Welcome to the Lifestyle Overland Adventure. In this story, I'm doing something a little bit different and maybe just a little bit crazy. Flying north to Alaska in the dead of winter. Believe it or not, this whole thing started just a few days ago when a friend texted me and asked if I wanted to join him in driving one of the most infamous roads in the world while it's covered in ice. The only catch? I needed to be there in less than a week. And so, like any sensible person, I dropped what I was doing, bought a plane ticket, kissed the family goodbye, and jumped on an Alaskan flight for Anchorage, which would be the real starting point for our northbound travels. You ready to head north?
Oh yeah, buddy, let's do it.
Good looking building over there. Whose business is that?
These guys are Total Truck. They take care of all of our rigs. They're in the middle of building Kodiak for us right now for this trip. Hopefully we're doing the finishing touches.
Nice. We'll throw Starlink on top and be ready.
Exactly. They can follow the journey.
Live. After meeting up with Craig, we stopped by Total Truck, where our ride was being outfitted with a few last-minute mods for the extreme weather we were about to subject it to.
You're in the shop, sir. You're in the shop.
We also opted to quickly add in a spare fuel can and the flat mount Starlink conversion that I brought with me from Utah in hopes of staying in touch with the girls. I'm really curious to see how this performs this far north and while we're in motion too. What's behind you back there? Alaska things?
All right, I think we're finishing touches.
All right. Now for food.
For food.
Or
Coffee.
snacks, I should say.
It's not, yeah, snacks.
With Craig's family under the ever-watchful eye of Milo, who is equal parts ferocious bear deterrent and cuddle monster, we loaded up and headed into Anchorage to do some unsupervised grocery shopping. Aside from the epic journey ahead of us, I was also excited to test drive this 2023 Tundra named Kodiak, which is outfitted with an ALU cabin and all the gear for below zero Alaskan adventure. Most important of which is a gas-fueled Robusto heater, which we will obviously be relying heavily on. Oh, and did I mention it was Valentine's Day? Yeah. Our wives might be some of the most incredible ladies in the world, signing off on a last-minute guys trip to one of the most remote locations on Earth over Valentine's Day. And yes, I'll be sending a massive bouquet of flowers to say thank you. I mean, it is technically warm weather right now.
That's true. Did you know that Alaska is one of the highest consumptions of ice cream per capita?
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
We gotta keep the train going. Anything else you want to put in the fridge?
Maybe a couple of these. With our cabinets and fridge bursting with tasty drinks and snackage, we were off. Usually these roads would be covered in snow this time of year, but strangely enough, there'd been a minor warming over the past few days, so things were almost balmy by Alaskan standards. At our first fuel stop, we topped off the spare tank just as a little bit of insurance. While gas stations are staggered almost perfectly along our route, you never know when there might be a wreck or construction that halts traffic for hours at a time. If we needed to turn around before one of those fuel stops, it could mean a shortage of fuel. So in this weather, we're taking extra precautions.
So how'd you pull your shoulder out, Kevin?
Yeah.
Okay, that's our insurance policy.
We're in Talkeetna now, just topping off on fuel, so. Hi. You say hi?
Hi, Teta.
After topping off the tanks, I gave Starlink a test by video chatting with the girls back home. Surprisingly, even this far north, it looked like it was going to be awesome for staying connected. Today we were pushing hard to make the 360 miles to Fairbanks, which means Craig was using the skinny pedal a lot more than I was comfortable with, especially the sections of icy roads and ever-growing frost heaves that tested the suspension's range of travel more than once. But this route is his jam, and the studded tires seem to grip like race slicks at Daytona. I guess I'm just used to the touch-and-go traction that mud terrains offer in Utah snow. So I did my best not to clench the seat too tight. As we approached Fairbanks, the wind began to throw 50 to 60 mile per hour gusts at us, which was starting to put a damper on the camping prospects for the night. So we decided to have dinner at a local watering hole called the Turtle Club to see if the winds would die down before we began our hunt for camp.
Number 2. She thirsty.
You thirsty?
What's the price at? $4.15. That's not too bad.
That's not bad.
No, I'll take that.
Not for Alaska prices.
No.
Just wait till we get to Dead Horse, though.
Wait till Prudhoe Bay.
Yeah.
$7. What do you think? $7?
I'm gonna call. Right now, I'm gonna call $7.24.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'll be about. It's $7.40. Just
Okay.
We'll break the difference.
All right, yeah.
Under over.
It's at $1. After a delicious meal of Alaskan prime rib, thanks to my travel companion, we rolled out into the darkness to search for our night's lodging.
It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me.
Don't play this for Caroline.
Dad.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Copyright strike.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, they clearly know it's not Swift.
No, exactly.
Thankfully, the wind had completely exhausted itself, so we were driving into a perfect calm.
That's my word. Register here for campsite.
Even though I had many campsites marked from past travels in this area, most were snowed in or blocked by snowplow berms. But thanks to the state of Alaska, we found just what we were looking for: a plowed campground. Apparently, there are enough crazy people in the world to warrant clearing this camping area just north of Fairbanks. It's crazy to think that just a few days before, it was negative 50 degrees Fahrenheit here. But tonight, it's a balmy positive 12 degrees, which means that by Alaskan standards, it's the perfect weather for an evening outdoors. So with stiffening fingers and runny noses, we quickly attached the wall kit to the awning and made us a cozy spot to sit and catch up. Is there a shut off on that regulator there?
Yeah, that could be it.
There she goes. That's the fire. That's a little excessive.
You smell some hair now, Bernie?
With a fire pit like this, it wasn't long before we were relatively comfortable, although slightly singed.
You about burnt the house down.
Yeah, don't mind the cinch
I
hair
tell you
smell.
what, I was warm instantly.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's...
This is pretty good.
Yeah. Here we are.
Here we
North
are.
of Fairbanks. And life is rough.
It's rough, man, I'll tell you what. I tell you what, we keep getting this good at camping in the wintertime, nothing's going to stop us.
Nah.
Oh, wow.
Perfect.
Wow.
Yeah, this is nice.
I like it.
I like that. Those walls came up remarkably fast.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. And we're heating this too.
Yeah. I think it's whiskey time, don't you think?
I think so.
And it's not a drive that you want to be lax.
No. And if we get to Coldfoot, that's a good location.
All right, well, howdy, folks, and welcome to Alaska. We put in some miles yesterday from Anchorage to north of Fairbanks, and today is our first day starting out on the Dalton Highway. We've traveled this route before, and it's an incredible, incredible journey to the edge of the Arctic Ocean, but we've never done it in the snow. So my good friend Craig called me up literally not even a week ago and said, hey, what are you doing? So plane tickets were arranged, quick flight up here, and here we are. So ride along with us as we explore one of the northernmost routes in North America in some of the most brutal weather possible. Now, I know we usually cook our own delicious meals in these videos, but for this trip, we're moving quick, and extreme cold doesn't make cooking or cleanup a very fun chore. So, we ran back down the road a few miles to the infamous Hilltop truck stop for some coffee and calories to keep us toasty. With our gravy tanks full to the brim, we began our first leg of the Dalton. Though we were questioning our breakfast choice as the road presented us with 2 to 3 foot swells from the frost heaves. Fingers crossed the road would be the only thing heaving this morning. The further north we traveled, the colder it got, and soon even the trees were entombed in their winter shroud of ice and snow, each one their own work of art, shaped and fashioned by sub-zero winds, which made for a stunning backdrop to our icy drive. you're going to run the haul road, we highly recommend carrying a CB radio on this route so you can listen into the drivers and stay aware of what's ahead and behind. And remember, these big guys should always have the right of way, and you have to be patient whenever you're stuck behind an oversized load.
Nice job, STR. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.
Later in this series, you'll see what can happen when someone gets impatient on the Dalton, and we can promise you it rarely ends well. Up ahead, the mighty Yukon lay dormant under its frozen surface. This river has been an artery to the interior of Alaska and western Canada for millennia, and it boggles the mind to think of how many people have traveled its length in the search of food, furs, gold, and a place to call home in this formidable wilderness. Even today, the small dots on its surface below are native Alaskans moving supplies to their cabins by dog sled and snow machine, where they await its thaw in the spring. Now, it was time to cross an imaginary line that we've grown a little bit familiar with over the years.
All right, now it's getting a little chilly. Arctic Circle number 4, crossing number 4. A little different this time around.
sun setting not too long after it had risen, I switched seats with Craig and got my first taste of driving the new twin-turbo V6 Tundra. I can't think of many test drives that have happened north of the Arctic Circle, so I was excited for the experience. Immediately, all I could think about was how incredible the studded snow tires were on the ice road. In some ways, it felt like we were driving on pavement, though laying into the skinny pedal too quickly would beckon the rear end to leave the chat. So, I kept the urge to goose it under control, since we still had a long way to go, and just enjoyed the ride. $749.
Yeah.
All right.
That was what, almost summer prices, right, for you?
It was, yeah. I think we hit 8 something up in Dead Horse. Now, are you supposed to put non-premium in this thing?
No. Turbos be mad.
Just mix some diesel in there.
Yeah, it would be fine.
Yeah.
It would be good.
Grease it up.
First time putting gas.
After a frigid 611 miles in 2 days, we were ready for a little break. So we whipped into the historic Coldfoot camp to top off the fuel tank and grab an easy bite to eat in the truck stop restaurant while we warmed up and stretched out. Oh, and there's nothing like having an Alaskan brew as far north as you can legally obtain one. There's just something about being here on an incredible adventure with a good friend that makes it taste even better.
Mayonnaise.
Over the burger.
Carbs always helps with.
There we go. The portions up here are substantial.
The local trucker healthy.
For the long haul.
For the long haul.
After another filling meal of healthy proportions to keep us warm, we headed a few miles up the road to Wiseman and tried to find camp for the night. Snow was making this extremely difficult, but we eventually camped at the end of a plowed road that no one seemed to be using this time of year. All right, after a massive dinner at Coldfoot Camp, we've arrived at a makeshift camp near Wiseman. Unfortunately, all of our honey holes are covered in, 2.5, 3 feet
Oh yeah.
of snow?
Plus berms.
Plus berms from the snowplows. So we're just making do with what we can find. Thankfully, no one's really used this road in a while. So I think we're good. Straight to bed tonight. We're beat. Craig's beat from driving like Jeff Gordon, and
Hey.
I'm beat from holding on with my cheeks. Or Ken Block. Maybe Ken Block.
Kim Block. Here we go.
There you go. So if you're wondering how we're sleeping in this setup, I'm up here in the penthouse, and Mr. 7 foot tall is down there
In the basement.
in the basement.
In the dungeon.
Thankfully, it's a long bed, so
Yeah, she's nice.
Yeah.
She was really cozy. I slept really well last night.
yeah,
Yeah, it's perfect. I
it
was
sounded
fully-
like you did.
I was fully extended.
I can vouch for that. You
I was
slept
happy,
great
I was
till 9
happy.
a.m. this morning. All right, get some sleep and then final push over the mountain.
Woo!
Over Adigan. So you got the what kind of pad is that?
This is actually from the iCamper. This
Oh,
is the RTT Comfort 7332, which is the small panel from the 3.0.
Oh, gotcha.
And it was super comfortable last night.
Good deal.
Yeah.
You just need more air in it, right?
Just need more, yeah. So I can figure this thing out.
There's that little snickerdoodle.
No, look at her.
I know.
You too fast.
Did you just lose one?
I'm about to lose one.
Another tooth?
Oh my gosh, Caroline. Yes.
She's gonna be snaggletooth.
Hi.
Hi. Wow.
She won't be able to eat nothing.
I know,